Cleanliness is the most important things that we should maintain, especially to maintain a healthy lifestyle by eating a healthy food. It must be supported by a clean environment, start from cutlery to dining table or dining place. But what if all aspects above are polluted by bacteria, virus, fungal and odors which could cause disease to us? Now there are many practical products circulating that can be carried anywhere with the aim of cleaning existing equipment or items, such as wet tissue. But can we just clean these items with ordinary wet tissue to get rid of bacteria, viruses, and fungal? Clean and Weltouch Indonesia has gone ATP testing on its products, which contains Weltouch inside, with the aim of proving that products from Clean and Weltouch Indonesia can eliminate bacteria, fungals, viruses, and also odors. ATP is an abbreviation of adenosine triphosphate, which means the molecules of any living organisms such as animals, plants, microorganisms, etc. ATP can indicate the presence of living organisms. Therefore, the amount of ATP are proportional to the number of pollutants, including the presence of bacteria. These two tools are a kit for measuring ATP. UltraSnap is a tool used to take ATP samples on the surface of an item. Furthermore, there is a CleanQ, which is a portable ATP measuring device, which works to detect ATP compounds that are produced by living things to get a direct and reliable analysis result. For further clarity, we have conducted a comparison test to remove bacteria using normal wet tissue and Weltouch inside wet tissue. Basically, ATP are very small molecules such as bacteria, viruses or microorganisms, which is found in a media that cannot be eliminated by regular wet tissue or washing with water alone. This time for the first test we conducted a trial on a cafe table. The ATP test was carried out on a cafe table surface. The test result on an item surface proved that there are high amounts of ATP. This means that there are a number of bacteria or living things on that surface. The cafe table surface is divided into two sections to perform the ATP test. After that, the surface was cleaned using regular wet tissue and Weltouch inside wet tissue for the ATP test. The ATP test was performed on the left side of the table, and there were 1308 bacteria on the left side of the table surface. Then the test on the right side of the table, the results proved that there were 9 bacteria on the right side of the table surface. This proves that normal wet tissue cannot remove ATP or bacteria, viruses, microorganisms, etc. Next, we conducted another ATP test with a different item, namely a mobile phone. The test was carried out on the surface of a mobile phone and yielded a high amount of ATP is 2041 bacteria. The surface of the mobile phone is divided into two parts to carry out the ATP test. After that, the surface of the mobile phone is cleaned using normal wet tissue and Weltouch inside wet tissue. The results of the test on the mobile phone this time have the same conclusion as the test on the previous cafe table, where normal wet tissue cannot remove bacteria, in contrast to Weltouch inside wet tissue, which are able to eliminate bacteria drastically. And you need to know that Weltouch inside wet tissue is made from 100% biodegradable material and is also safe for the human body, because it can decompose bacteria with photocatalyst effect. The last experiment, we did a test on a previously dirty palm. At this time, the test is divided into left and right palms. Each palm was tested with 2 UltraSnaps. The results of the bacteria test on the palm of the left hand were 3,449 bacteria. And test the bacteria on the palm of the right hand, there are 1,198 bacteria present. Both palms are cleaned with each tissue. Normal wet tissue for the right palm and Weltouch inside wet tissue for the left palm. After cleaning, the test is carried out again on both palms. First, an ATP test was performed on the right palm. The test results proved that there were 1,124 bacteria present. Then the next ATP test on the palm of the left hand. The test results proved that there were 33 bacteria present. It is proven that normal wet tissue can only remove a very small number of bacteria, in contrast to Weltouch inside wet tissue, which can remove bacteria drastically. Summary of the overall tests conclude that normal wet tissue cannot remove bacteria, viruses or fungals that sticks to the surface of the items. Weltouch inside wet tissue is a liquid that can help to remove bacteria, viruses, and fungals, which has been proven by several ATP tests.